In the vast workshop of reality, each soul is an architect, building a life. For the one who rises with the bull, this is no mere dwelling. It is a citadel. The Taurus ascendant builds with what is real, what is tangible. Each stone a value, each beam a routine, a fortress of stability against the chaos of the void. It is a structure of profound beauty, taking its patterns from the slow, dependable cycles of the cosmos. Comfort and security, carved into form. Yet no structure stands alone. It must be fed by the currents of thought, of information, of connection. It must be fed by Mercury. This is the etheric stream, the cosmic messenger. In its forward flow, it brings clarity, communication, and the blueprints of logic that give the citadel its power. The architect thrives on this predictability. Schedules are set not by clocks, but by the orbits of celestial bodies and a grand orrery at the citadel's heart. The citadel's gardens do not grow soil, but value. Each crystal flower represents a resource, carefully cultivated and managed. Communication is direct and clear. A thought sent is a thought received, transmitted along beams of pure, coherent light, powered by the etheric stream. Every object has its place. Every hallway is a testament to routine. The hall of values is lined with pillars, each one a core belief, solid and unshakable. The citadel's beauty is not just for show, it is a function of its stability. The intricate carvings on the walls are not mere decoration, but the physical form of long-term plans. Self-perception is clear and unwavering. In the citadel's hall of mirrors, the architect sees only strength, a true and stable reflection of their soul's form. The fruits of labor are stored with care. The treasury is a vault of tangible success, a bulwark against cosmic uncertainty. Knowledge is collected not as fleeting thoughts, but as permanent, unchanging fact. The library's books are crystals, each facet a chapter of immutable truth. The etheric stream is the citadel's lifeblood. It flows through the copper veins of the structure, powering every light, every system with flawless efficiency. The tools of creation are extensions of the architect's own hand. Each one is perfectly balanced, reliable, and crafted for a single, specific, well-known purpose. From the highest balcony, the architect gazes upon the cosmos, not with a sense of smallness, but with the quiet satisfaction of having carved out a perfect, orderly existence within the vastness. Life is a rhythm, a daily dance of cherished routines, tending the gardens, checking the conduits, polishing the pillars. Each action reinforces the whole. Boundaries are clear. The great doors of the citadel, made of cosmic ironwood and copper, define what is allowed in and what is kept out. The citadel is a symphony for the senses. The low hum of the crystals, the scent of ancient wood, the warmth of the copper veins. It is a world designed for pleasure and comfort. A daily check of the orrery confirms that all is as it should be. The universe is on schedule. The future is as predictable as the past. The very structure sings a low, resonant note of stability. It is the music of a well-made thing, of a life in perfect, harmonious balance. Growth is not rushed. It is cultivated over cosmic seasons. A new wing is slowly grown, not built, ensuring its strength for eons to come. Core beliefs are not just held, they are maintained. The architect takes time to polish the pillars of their values, ensuring their light never dims. Even simple pleasures are perfected. Sustenance is taken not in a chaotic feast, but in a single perfect fruit of crystallized light, savored for its purity. Relationships are built on solid foundations. A bridge of stable, woven light connects the Citadel to a trusted ally, a pathway of unwavering support. The very waterways of the Citadel flow not with chaotic water, but with channels of liquid copper, their currents beautiful, predictable, and useful. In moments of rest, the architect's mind is as still and ordered as their home, a state of deep, meditative peace, born of absolute security. The final touches are placed upon the masterpiece. A single perfect crystal is set atop the highest spire, completing the grand design. The work is done. A moment of quiet satisfaction. A deep breath. The architect surveys their creation, basking in the profound security and timeless beauty they have so carefully built. And so the architect rests, content in the perfect, unchanging world they have built. But the cosmos never stands still. The currents are about to shift. 3 times in a cosmic cycle, the messenger appears to stop and turn back on its path. This is not a retreat, it is a review. This is Mercury Retrograde. For the Taurus ascendant, whose very foundation is built on forward momentum, this is the first tremor of an earthquake. The reliable becomes unreliable. The current reverses. The flow of information turns inward, backward. Data meant for the future is replaced with echoes from the past. The first casualty is communication. Words are misunderstood, connections fail. The architect calls out, but receives only static. The Citadel, starved of its forward-flowing energy, begins to flicker. Its steady hum of stability is interrupted by discordant buzzes. The great orrery at the heart of the Citadel shudders. The predictable orbits of the planets begin to slow, to stutter, to move backward on their tracks. Schedules and appointments are missed. A carefully planned delivery of cosmic resources meant to arrive now appears to be traveling away from the Citadel. The architect, a being of action, tries to fix this the only way it knows, by reinforcing what is there, by doubling down on the old plans. The reversed data stream begins to corrupt the library. Facts become flexible. Immutable truths stored in the crystals begin to warp and show alternate, confusing histories. Misunderstandings become arguments. The architect sends a message of simple instruction, but the reversed current twists it, and the response received is one of anger and confusion. Frustration mounts. The architect's calm patience, their greatest virtue, begins to erode. They respond to the chaos with rigid, unyielding force. Stubbornness, the bull's greatest strength, becomes its greatest liability. It tries to build against a current that cannot be blocked, only navigated. The storm is coming. The full force of the retrograde arrives. The reversed current is no longer a river, but a chaotic torrent, dredging up forgotten data and unresolved code from the past. The foundations of the self, core values, long-held beliefs are put to the test. The torrent erodes what is not absolutely solid. Self-perception distorts. The Hall of Mirrors, which once reflected the architect's stable identity, now shows confusing and critical versions of the self. Phantoms of the past emerge from the reversed data stream. Old arguments, former partners, unresolved conflicts given form. The architect lashes out, trying to physically fight these ghosts of memory, but their solid fists pass straight through the glitching apparitions. The Garden of Resources is overrun.
The reversed current drains the value from the crystal flowers, causing them to wilt and turn a dull, lifeless gray. The celestial orrery, strained beyond its limits, shatters. The symbols of cosmic order break apart, littering the floor like fallen stars. The beautiful, intricate plans carved into the walls warp and corrupt. Flowing Art Nouveau lines twist into ugly, confusing, and menacing shapes. The treasury's defenses fail. The reversed current seeps into the vault, not to steal, but to devalue. The stored wealth begins to lose its intrinsic glow. The great pillars in the Hall of Values begin to crumble. Beliefs that cannot withstand this internal review begin to show their weakness. The great doors, symbols of control and security, are blasted from their hinges by a surge of chaotic data, leaving the Citadel vulnerable and exposed. The liquid copper waterways, once orderly and beautiful, overflow their banks. A sludge of corrupted information and metallic waste floods the pristine courtyards. The Crystal Library can no longer contain its corrupted knowledge. It detonates, sending a shockwave of contradictory facts and lies throughout the Citadel. The architect stumbles through the ruins of their own logic, haunted by the phantoms of past decisions and the echoes of garbled communications. Every attempt to impose order fails. Trying to mend a broken window with raw earth only results in a wall of mud, a crude patch on a masterpiece. The stable bridge to their ally, now unsupported by a coherent signal, flickers violently and dissolves into nothing, severing the final connection to the outside world. The sensory pleasures of the Citadel turn to torment. The scent of wood is now the smell of burning. The hum of crystals is a painful shriek. The architect's own form begins to destabilize. The living earth of their body cracks, and the copper veins of their being spark and flicker. Old insecurities, long buried under foundations of success, erupt to the surface. The distorted reflections from the Hall of Mirrors now appear as free-floating, taunting apparitions. The very gravity of the Citadel fails. Debris from the shattered orrery and crumbled pillars begins to float in a slow, chaotic ballet of destruction. The Citadel's song of harmony is now a cacophony of alarms, shattering crystal and roaring static. The symphony of stability is dead. Overwhelmed by the chaos, the architect retreats to the deepest, most fortified part of the Citadel, a final, stubborn act of self-preservation. But the retrograde is not an external force. It is a reversal of an internal current. There is no escape. In the self-made prison, the architect is finally forced to face the source of the chaos, not the stream, but the flaws in their own design. The storm outside rages on, but here, at the heart of the ruin, there is a terrible, profound silence. The moment of collapse gives way to the moment of reckoning. And then, a strange quiet. The storm does not end, but its purpose changes. The chaos outside is replaced by the stillness of internal ruin. The purpose of the retrograde is not destruction. It is revelation. It is a mandatory audit of the soul's architecture. The architect is forced to review the work, to see the places where stubbornness was prioritized over flexibility, where possession was mistaken for security. They revisit the shattered pillar in the Hall of Values. The reversed stream illuminates the truth. The belief was not wrong, but it was too rigid, unable to bend, and so it broke. The ghostly phantoms of the past return, but now the architect does not fight them. They listen. They acknowledge the unresolved data they represent.
In the broken mirrors, they see not distorted monsters, but the fears that fueled their need for control. The fear of scarcity, the fear of weakness. They walk through the dead garden of resources. The reversed stream shows not a failure of cultivation, but a terror of lack that led to hoarding, stifling the natural flow of cosmic abundance. They sift through the wreckage of the shattered orrery. Here they see their addiction to predictability, a rigid schedule that left no room for spontaneity or cosmic grace. In the silence of the severed connections, they understand. Their communication was not a dialogue, but a broadcast. They sent out edicts, not invitations. Each piece of a wreckage tells a story. The corrupted blueprints reveal plans that were beautiful but impractical. The polluted waterways show a system with no filter for negativity. The reversed current is no longer an enemy. It is a harsh but honest teacher, forcing a review of every choice, every assumption, every stone laid in the foundation of the self. They see the hairline crack that existed from the very beginning, the belief that stability could be achieved and then locked down, immune to the flow of time and experience. With understanding comes acceptance, not of failure, but of imperfection as a necessary part of existence. The cracks are where the light gets in. The greatest realization, the Citadel was not just a home. It was a prison of perfection, beautiful but stagnant. Its destruction was also its liberation. The audit is complete. The lessons are learned. With this new, hard-won wisdom, the architect begins to see a new design in the ruins. They do not discard the broken pieces. They gather them. Every failure, every scar will become a part of the new foundation. In the rubble of what was, the plan for what can be is found, not by building higher, but by building wiser. The current slows. The moment of stillness returns. The retrograde is ending. The messenger prepares to move forward once more. With a surge of renewed clarity, the stream flows forward. It is not the same as before. It is brighter, infused with the wisdom of the review. The architect does not rebuild the old walls. Instead, they guide the broken pieces into forming elegant, open archways. Strength is found not in exclusion, but in structure. The shattered Hall of Mirrors is replaced by a single, clear, still pool of water, reflecting the cosmos above, a reflection of truth, not of self. The garden is replanted, not with delicate flowers of hoarded value, but with resilient, crystal-barked trees that can bend in the wind and share their light freely. A new orrery is crafted from the wreckage. It is simpler, more elegant, with fewer moving parts, but it now includes the unpredictable paths of comets and asteroids. It embraces cosmic spontaneity. Communication spires are rebuilt, but differently. They now feature elegant, cup-shaped receivers alongside the transmitters, designed to listen as much as they speak. The library is not remade with solid crystals, but as a flowing, living stream of information that winds through the Citadel, constantly updated by the etheric current. The architect's own form heals. The cracks in their earthen body are not erased, but filled with seams of glowing copper, a beautiful record of their ordeal. The great front archway remains open. There are no doors. It is an invitation, not a barrier. Security is now found in resilience, not in isolation. Past phantoms, when they now appear, are not enemies, but data points. The architect greets them with a nod, learns from the memory, and lets them go. The new Citadel finds a new harmony. It is a quieter, more complex music, a song of survival, resilience, and the beauty of a life that has been tested.
Bridges of connection are reestablished, but they are different now. They're more flexible, designed to carry a two-way flow of conversation.
The architect's tools are repurposed. The stubborn chisel is now used for delicate, corrective carvings. The heavy mallet for gently tapping healed structures into place. They look into the pool of truth. It does not show them their own strength, but the vast, beautiful, and ever-changing cosmos, of which they are a small but resilient part. The treasury is no longer a sealed vault, but an open repository. Its resources now flow out, contributing to the beauty of the Citadel, trusting that the stream will always provide. The architect takes a moment not to rest in satisfaction, but to breathe in gratitude. Gratitude for the storm that revealed the flaws. Gratitude for the strength to rebuild. For they have learned the ultimate lesson of the bull, that true strength is not about resisting the current. It is about building a foundation so true it can never be washed away. The Citadel is reborn, not a fortress against change, but a sanctuary that embraces it. The scars are not hidden. They are integrated, a testament to the wisdom gained from the storm. For the Taurus Rising, Mercury Retrograde is not a curse to be endured, but a lesson to be integrated. It is the cosmic reminder that true stability is not the absence of change, but the ability to build with it.